Alright kids, after watching a Splatoon video that made me want to bash my head against a wall so violently, I have actually decided to plug my microphone back in for a little bit and give my general thoughts about the state of this game. Some of it's positive, most of it's negative. Alright, here we go. What do we want to talk about here? This is unscripted. I literally just plugged my mic in and figured, okay, the kids probably want this. The splatter screen controversy thing I thought was just absolutely hilarious, being an outside viewer. It's nice to see that Nintendo, like, actually did something about it. There were dudes unironically just going around and, like, putting sub up on their gear to go and spam the special as much as possible just because there were people talking about it on Twitter, which I know is like such a terrible thing because it's like harassing people with like sensory issues. And as someone with sensory issues that got a little bit bothered by it, I still kind of thought that this was just absolutely hilarious, man. Like obviously knowing that like they were going to fix it, there was no way they were going to keep it as it was with so much issues surrounding it, kind of knowing that this was just going to be a temporary thing, that people were just doing as much trolling as possible. I loved this. This was so funny to me. And seeing these people are just like, oh, I know that guy's trolling. I don't know. Obviously, it hurt some people, and I was a little torn up by this. I don't play Splatoon enough to the point anymore where this would actually bother me to the point where I'd go on Twitter and complain about it, but I can see why people were upset about it. It was kind of just like every now and then I'd bump into this. I think I've played like maybe 3 hours of Splatoon in the last like month. So this was not the biggest issue for me to deal with, but I don't know. Like maybe don't be a bad person and go like try to harass people with it. But on the other hand, it was a little bit funny, and that, I guess that's mean of me to say, but I thought it was just a smidge funny. Overall, though, good job for Nintendo for like actually fixing something. It's weird when they like actually have a problem and don't take like months to fix it. Unlike another issue that they had lately with the whole Salmon Run trophy thing. I think it's absolutely hilarious. If you didn't know, a little over a year ago back, there was an issue with the first Splatfest that I got affected by and made a whole ton of shenanigans over. I didn't get my snails after the first Splatfest because of some bug where if you like closed the game before finishing the news, you wouldn't get your reward. And I'm assuming that's what happened here because that would make sense. However, I don't know the full details of it to come to an actual conclusion. They tried to patch it like twice, I think, and I don't even know if the final patch they did actually fixed it for everyone. I am just so happy, laughing to myself, seeing Nintendo like scrambling trying to fix this issue, and it's just they cannot pinpoint what bug was causing people not getting the trophy. That is a certified Nintendo moment right there. Side order. That's another thing that I guess kind of exists. When did we see something? I think we saw side order last back in like not January. This is January. We're in January now. Happy New Year, everyone. Back in September, I think it was. And there's been like absolutely nothing since then. Some people are calling it a roguelike. I don't actually know what a roguelike is, so I guess I have no opinions on that. It's cool to see new content and stuff. I have a leaker in my server who wanted to post things about the leaks that came out, and I gave him permission because I was kind of just like, okay, you can have your own little channel to just go and post whatever you find in there, and the people that want to see it, they can see it. I'm not going to talk about the leaks, but there is some cool stuff if you like know what's been leaked so far. It genuinely seems kind of interesting. But the whole lack of news thing is actually, I do think that's a little kind of concerning as someone that really does not care much for this game anymore. Like, maybe they should have said something like a month or two ago. Probably would have been a good time to give a release date. I'm actually kind of shocked that we haven't gotten a release date yet, especially considering we're probably going to get the launch of the DLC within like 3 months from now. Maybe 3 months? How long is a season in Splatoon? Whenever fresh season drops, that's probably going to be when it comes out. If I had to give my uninformed opinion on it, yeah, it's kind of weird we haven't seen anything there, but the leaks are kind of cool, kind of goofy of Nintendo. But I think what led me to make this video today is just seeing the just absolute what I can only consider to be like schizoid ramblings from the Splatoon community. Not everyone, just every now and then I'll just see this occasional Splatoon video pop up and the title will just be like so absolutely crazy, and I'll click on it even though I really don't care anymore. Just be like, dude, what are you actually talking about right now? And like, if I guess this is kind of a if you know, you know. We kind of got talking about this in my Discord server. It's just like, what are you actually talking about? You are not making any coherent sense right now. I don't know. The state of Splatoon in this community is just absolutely mind-numbing. That's kind of why I just don't make videos on this game anymore. Like, it took absolute brain rot to make me want to plug a microphone in and talk about this godforsaken game again. Man, the state of this game is kind of funny. I don't really know though. I don't play it much anymore. Every now and then I'll pop in. Oh yeah. Frosty Fest. That's a thing too. I think I'm gonna actually play that one. That it does seem a little interesting. I got some friends that are wanting to play with me. They're like, oh, I was telling, I don't know if I really want to play, man. There's nothing ever happens in this game anymore. They're like, oh, come on, you gotta play it. I'll play it with you. Like, okay, I guess I'll play it then. The music seems pretty cool too. Honestly, I really hope they don't do a Splatoon 3 Springfest, because I'm just so afraid they're going to give the Splatoon 3 treatment to everything else they have taken from Splatoon 2 and then redone for Splatoon 3. Springfest is my baby, man. That is my favorite piece of Splatoon content that we have ever gotten, and I am horrified to see Nintendo butcher it. So hopefully they either like show that they can like be competent in doing things twice, although most of the time whenever they do that they seem to fumble the bag pretty hard. I don't know, playing Splatoon 3 is just something that has felt more and more like a chore to me recently. Like, I think I played 3 games of Turf War a few days ago, and it's just like, yeah, I don't feel like I really need to play anything more, which I know isn't much of a controversial statement as it was like a year ago when I was kind of complaining about the problems in this game. It's more just like, we all know this game's got some like underlying problems that probably aren't going to get fixed till we get a new Splatoon game, which is definitely not happening in 2024. Jesus Christ, that's an actual opinion people hold nowadays. What is going on with this goddamn community? I totally forgot what I was talking about prior. That's probably a good time to wrap up the video. Overall, Splatoon 3 is definitely the game of all time. Yeah, that's my thoughts. It's a game. Bye, kids.